post 3 p.m. hasn't really moved much, apart from the bit of a spike that we saw from the lows of trade. Instead, there are a bunch of stocks which are actually moving lower. So L&T, for instance, is one which has actually moved to the low point of trade. HDFC continues its slide downwards. So those are a couple of stocks from the front line end which are not doing too well. But let's talk about our favorite segment now. Why do I call it favorite? Because, well, we've seen, what comes out of this and what really happens from this. This is the D Street chatter that we're talking about with Nimesh. Nimesh, we'll talk about the stocks in just a bit, but today's market, there has been a sell on every rise.
Looks like, Mangalam, a deep cuts, and that's in line with Asia as well. Every other Asian markets are under pressure. Looks like more of a global risk off. But the sense I'm getting is today's sell-off is backed by FI selling as well. So you probably see a decent sell figure from the larger FIs. That's the overall feedback. And the other sense is it looks like more of a profit booking, kind of a day. A lot of the stocks which have seen a big up move in the recent past have seen a bit of reversal and a bit of profit booking. So that pans out. I guess, even within financials, it's a day of, again, that's been the trend for the last many days within financials. Normally the PSU banks do well. Today it's a reversal. So some of the private bank stocks are doing good and backed by FI buying as well, and a bit of profit booking in the PSU banks and smaller stocks. Having said that, we're still in that range between 18,300 and 18,900. We've not gone out anywhere outside this range for the last many days now. So that's clearly visible. But clearly, the one thing is today's underperformance is largely in line with Asian peers, but it's backed by FI selling as well.
All right, so that's about the markets backed by FI selling. We'll watch out for that number. And now to the meat of it all, individual stocks. What do you have?
Okay, in terms of individual names, the first stock on my list today is PCBL, which is erstwhile Philip Carbon. Yesterday, we saw a big move in that stock and backed by huge volumes as well. I believe in that large volumes, one of the large funds sold out and a leading HNI investor bought in yesterday's block. So since then, there is a bit of activity back in this particular stock. That's the first one. The second stock is Indiabull Housing Finance. Again, it's been a curious case of why the stock has been going up of late. It's been relatively outperforming. My understanding is the declassification of Samir Gilat as a promoter should happen by the end of this month. So while there is a lot of buzz about a block deal or a stake sale, my sense is this cannot happen before the declassification of the promoter. So only after that is done, probably you'll see a big block coming in from Samir Gilat to sell. So that's something to track in Indiabull Housing Finance going forward. The third stock is Tata Steel. Within the metal names, after a very long time, there is a bit of buying back in this particular stock. So overall, the feedback is there is a small buying interest from larger institutions in Tata Steel at these levels. So that's the third one. And the last stock is Granules India. Within the pharma names, this stock is under pressure today, largely on back of self-loss. So the delivery volumes are expected to be quite high. But again, the pressure is largely from a leading FI, and hence Granules India is under pressure today.
All right,
Ramesh.
Go on, Mangalam.
No, I just wanted to toss it back to you guys.
All right, thank you, both of you. Thanks, Nimesh, for that. So Philip Carbon, Indiabull's house.